Good afternoon, class. I hope you're all doing okay. I am your trainer, Yvonne Kerubo Ombati, and I really hope that you had a wonderful morning, because I did. So before we get into today's session, I'm going to call out the register to see if all of you are in. Chris Velma Odhiambo, present, okay. Kalin Juma, present, okay. Joseph Nuko, present. Clinton, present. Larry, oh, he's not in, okay. Jade, okay. Dahlia, not in. Julian, present. Marcus, present. Vera, okay, not in. Jacqueline, okay. Okay, so before we get into the session of today, I want us to do a recap of what we did the last session. And if you can remember very well, in the last session we were talking about seams, right? And we defined seam as a method of joining two or more pieces of fabric together, right, using a stitch, right? We say there are two major categories of seams, that is the open seam and the closed seam. And we define the open seams as these are seams that are not visible on the right side, and we say that closed seams, these are seams that are the stitches are visible on the right side. So we said closed seams example, these are the machine fell, overlaid seams, double stitched. And the open seams, we say we have seams like the plain seam and the French seam. Now the plain seam can both be an open and a closed seam, okay. And then we talked about the four major categories of the four major types of seams that we used in constructing our garments majorly. That is the plain seam, the French seam, the double stitch seam, and the overlaid seam. And when we make these seams, we need to make sure that the raw edges are neat and right, because we don't want our fabric fraying after we stitch them. So we talked of various methods of finishing the seams, where we talked about you can pink the seam where you use the pinking shears that will also bring a decorative effect. We also talked about you can edge stitch, you can bind, right, and so many other methods of finishing the seams. We also talked about factors to consider when you are choosing the kind of seam that you want to use. We talked of age, we talked of the type of fabric, we talked of the weight of the fabric, and we talked of the part of the garment where the seam is going to be placed. And we also talked about the type of seam, okay. So that was all for the last session. So let's get into today's session, where we are going to talk about control of fullness. So what comes into your mind when you hear the word control? For me, it's something that you can manipulate or alter so that it can become exactly the way you want it to be, okay. And fullness is something that is full, okay, something that is not limited. So controlling of fullness is a method that is used in making clothes. So when we come to the definition of controlling of fullness, what we basically mean by controlling fullness is adding or subtracting extra amount of fabric to a garment, so that it can help in fitting the garment, or it can also help in shaping the garment. So there are I'm going to talk of two reasons why it is important to control fullness whenever we are stitching our garments, okay. So can you imagine a garment without a shape? How will that garment look? It will look very weird, and it will not sit well in your body when you wear it, right? And so that is one of the major reasons why we control fullness when we are stitching garments. So we control fullness so that it can help in shaping the garment. For instance, take ladies' dresses. Can you imagine a lady's dress without a dart anywhere, either on the waist or on the bust? That will look very, I don't know, it will not look very good, because basically our bodies are shapy, right? So we have to incorporate that so that it can bring out that it can sit well in our bodies. So that is one of the major reasons why we control fullness. Another reason is to enable the garment to fit the body well. So yes, so there are so many methods of controlling fullness. I just mentioned a few. We have darts, we have pleats, we have gathers, we have easing, we have casing, okay, we have elasticating. We have so many methods of controlling fullness, but for this class I just wanted you to understand what we mean by the term controlling fullness. Okay, so like I said, there are so many methods. Okay, so that is something that you go and do research, and when you come back to the next session we can be able to share and interact and tell each other what are some of the methods that we used in controlling fullness. So in a nutshell, we have basically said controlling fullness is adding or subtracting an extra material on a fabric to enable it to fit and to add shape to the garment. So I really hope that you have understood what we mean by controlling of fullness and the importance. Okay, now I've only given you two importance of controlling fullness, but I want you to go and look for more importance of controlling fullness. So that will be your assignment for today. I want you to go and look deeply into controlling fullness and the importance of controlling fullness, some of the many methods that we used in controlling fullness and the importance, and you also learn the procedure, and also that when you come back to the next session, when I'll be explaining to you, it will be so easy for you to grasp whatever it is that I'm saying. Okay, so yes, that is all for today's session. I hope that you have understood, and in case of any question, please don't hesitate to ask where you've not understood. Don't hesitate to ask me, because I really want you to understand this, so that when you come back for the next session, it will be easy for this session, because I want us to move a little bit faster. Okay, so you have a wonderful evening, and make sure the next session you come with my assignment. Yeah, so that is all for today's session. I wish you all a lovely afternoon. See you in the next session.